If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude, and it's tearing me apart, and I'm running. How to make friends. A question that I'm sure every one of you little mamas will ask yourself once in your life, or twice, or 3 or 4 or 5,000 times. In your life, you will ebb and flow. That's not a fucking saying at all. You will ebb and flow through periods of having lots of friends, having lots of social stimulation, to periods of time where you have none, where it feels like you have not a friend in the world who would be there for when you slip on ice and fracture your ankle, or you want to go see Sabrina Carpenter in concert. I'm working late because I'm a singer, and you have no one to experience that with you. And then you find yourself 3 months later, and every single day, your phone is blowing up. Your friends are saying, hey, come hang. What are you doing later? It's harder and harder these days, I would say, to make friends. And everyone looks at the past with rose-colored lenses. You know, you're nostalgic of the past, of being younger, being 10 years old, and like making friends on Minecraft, and then looking at yourself now and thinking, holy moly, how do I even just go about making a new connection with someone, making a new platonic relationship in my life? How does that even happen? Old head over here saying that, 24-year-old man over here saying that. I saw a TikTok of someone saying that it's so much harder now. Like if I was a 15-year-old today trying to just like make friends on the internet, wouldn't happen. To give some backstory, it used to be so easy to make online friends. It was kind of like a weirder thing back then, because not everyone was like online as they are now. So if you were like talking to someone, you could like make a friend on Twitter, you can make a friend on Tumblr, you can make a friend on Instagram, and that connection felt so much more stronger than it does now. For example, you have mutuals now on Instagram. You follow someone and follow you back. I don't know why the fuck I just explained mutual. Like y'all are just like have 3rd grade English skills. Like you can sound it out. It's hard. It's hard nowadays to. It's not hard to find people with the same interests, but to make any meaningful connection with someone over the internet, and we'll get into in person a little bit later, but like just over the internet is so weird and impossible now. I think the last time that I've just like I hung out with one person that I like only knew from the internet last year. Whereas I look at 2019 and I'd fling a fucking DM to some random person I thought I was cool. Next thing you know, we're walking down Melrose Avenue, Los Angeles, California, and we're thrifting. And then I go to their house, and then I meet their friends, and then we have a whole friend group in the span of like 24 hours. Now, that is just not the case. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, at least for me. And have I gotten a little bit more introverted in the past few years? Yes, I am mentally regressing a little bit, a wee bit. That's for reasons that I don't feel comfortable talking about on this podcast or sharing publicly. But one of the reasons I'll talk about my personal struggles with making friends in the past 2 years first. The main one being I only got my visa to live in this country at the end of last year. And so for the past 4 years, I would have to not be in this country for 6 months of the year. And it's a little bit hard to make friends when you're literally gone from the place that said friend lives for 6 months of the year. So I had a lot of friendships that kind of fell to the wayside, fell apart. And a lot of people I didn't see for years. And it's probably one of the saddest things that I've been experiencing. Because some people I ended up reconnecting with, and it made me so happy to see them again and be like, hello. But then other people, I feel like we're at a point in both of our lives where we've grown so much and we've become so distant that it almost feels strange to reach out to them again and be like, hello, we were such good friends in 2019. We were such good friends 4 years ago. Would you like to hang out now that we are completely different people? That we live completely different lives now? That the things that we once bonded over don't even exist? Or we're not even interested anymore? Hey, let's go to fucking Taco Bell. Like, I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to reconnect with old friends sometimes. But the bigger issue, I talked so much about online friendships, making friends online. The bigger issue, making friends in person. How the fuck do you do that? That's one thing that I've never just been able to do ever. I can't think of a single friend. I can think of one friend who is one of my closest friends that I met not online, and it's because we met in fucking middle school and are friends to this day, and then I met friends in person through her. So like that's the only kind of situation where I like made friends in person, but everyone else are motherfuckers that I met online. So I truly wonder, as I kind of go on this expedition in my life, this phase of my life where I'm not so much interested in making or on having experiences online. I want to meet people in person. I want to see someone that I think is cool and say, hello, Buster, how you doing? I like the shoes. And then we become friends. What that entails, fuck if I know. Never made a friend in person in my life. Or maybe beyond friendships, go up to someone in person and say, you're a little cutie pie. You're a little fucking cutie pie. And can I get your number? Versus going on like a dating app or something. I'd rather die. I would rather die. So, I truly will like sit around and rack my brain. I'm like, how do you even go about making a friend in real life? So this led me to a few options. I was like, okay, you know what? I want to be more involved in my community, just as a separate thing. So I was looking at like volunteer opportunities because I was like, listen, I can't get a job in this country because of my visa. I can be like influencer, or I can like act, or I can like do shit like that. But like I'm talking like being in a group of people where we are all meeting on like the same day, or we're like working together, like. And so my brain was like, oh, I would love to volunteer somewhere. And one of my first places that I wanted to volunteer was this. It's called like the Gentle Barn, I think. And I went once, and it was the most spectacular moment of my life. It's like this like barn that helps like, it like rehabilitates animals. It's like 20 minutes outside of LA. And I wanted to volunteer there so bad, but you have to commit to every single weekend, and I can't do that because I be leaving sometimes. I go to Canada to see my family, my friends, so I couldn't do that. And then I looked at more places to volunteer. This is okay. Now I'm just gonna straight up like call, if you know any good places to volunteer in LA, please let me know. I want to volunteer somewhere. I have too much time on my hands, and I need to have Fortnite fucking deleted off of my computer and replaced with actually doing something good for the community. But me wanting to do it for that aside, I was also realizing, hey, that's a pretty good way to meet people, and meet people who aren't psychopaths, because I just watched the show Baby Reindeer. If you haven't watched it, it's a show about a stalker and amongst other really terrifying things. And I kind of thought to myself, holy fuck, I'm actually scared of people now after watching it. But my rationale was, if someone's volunteering for something, they're probably a good person, plus they're getting background checked, so I don't have much to fear on the psychopath side of things. But then my brain unwinded that realization and realized, oh, but also some people volunteering are actual literal fucking criminals who have to do community service. So you win some, you lose some, yin and fucking yang, mamas. And that's really the only kind of like option I thought of for like making friends. Because what the fuck else am I gonna do? Am I gonna walk down the street and just strike up conversation with random people? I think I'd rather be shot out of a cannon into a pit, like a nice mixture of razor blades and boiling piss. Like that sounds more fun than just striking up random conversation. And I know this might seem a little like weird, because I appear very like bold in my YouTube videos sometimes. Like I'll just like fucking talk to random people. That's more like just I can like flip a switch in my brain where I turn into like a psycho that has no fear of social anxiety or anything like that. But that's not really me. Like that's very temporary, and I don't exist in that state forever. So that leads me to my next kind of realization. People always say it is so hard to make friends once you're outside of school. Why is it easy to make? And you might think I'm fucking crazy for saying it's easy to make friends while you're in school, because like it's not. But compared to the alternative of not being in school, it is fucking easy. So when you're in school, this is why it's easier to make friends than when you're outside of school and you're sitting on your ass and you live in your apartment by yourself and you have little to no social contact. It's easy to make friends in school because although you are surrounded by people who probably are completely random to you, finding people the same interests as you is so much more special. You're like, oh my gosh, I found this diamond in the rough out of how many thousand people that go to this school, and this person likes the same bands as me, plays the same games as me. We both play Valorant. I don't fucking know. We both like Sunny. And the head just fell off of my Sunny Angel, so that's gonna upset me for the rest of the night. So there's that, and it also the infrastructure of your school makes it so much easier to see these people. You know where these people are going to be every single day of the week. You can work your schedule into them, and then so it's like these forces of being in school kind of bond you to them, and then you can take that friendship out of school and just make it like a casual friendship and shit like that. It's kind of amazing. That's like one of the best things that fucking school offers. When you're not in school, you are not there's no situations really where you're seeing the same people at the same time every single day. I see the same motherfucker at the Sweet Green that I go to like 3 times a week. I see the same like front desk person at my gym. And that's like 2 people that I regularly see. What the fuck? So now, making friends is also kind of one of those things where it's like you need one to make more. It's like getting a job. Like you need job experience to get a fucking job. But oh, hey, how do I get a job without job experience? How do I get job experience without a job? It's a catch-22. It makes no fucking sense. It's easy to make friends when you already have a friend. So for example, a lot of the friends I have right now, I met through my one friend. Like you can trace it back to the source. That's kind of how things go. Making that first friend is kind of the hardest thing to do, because you can't really worm yourself into like a friend. No, I'm going to take back what I was just about to say. I was going to say you can't really worm yourself into a friend group. That's not true. There's this psychopath that wormed himself into this friend group that I was in. Literally like joined a Fortnite lobby with my friend, and everyone just assumed he was someone else's friend, so they just kept playing with him and kept playing with him for months. And then he just like became their friend, and they like one day were like questioning like, wait, where did you like actually come from? And he was like, bro, no, I just joined your Fortnite lobby. What the fuck? So yeah, I mean, if you are like that, you can just like worm yourself into a friend group, but it's easiest to have a friend, to introduce you to friends, to bring you into a friend group. So I'm tomorrow flying to New York to experience. I'm doing a soft move, I guess you could say. I'm not getting rid of this apartment, and I'm literally not moving into an apartment. I'm just like, I have a friend that's letting me sublet their place, so I'm just staying in their apartment for 20 days. And I'm just gonna see if I can do that. If I can go socialize and make friends, because the voices are getting a little bit loud here in my room, and I need a change. And okay, here's a third thing I was gonna make a point about and talk about. You might find yourself in periods of your life where you feel you don't have any friends, where you're like, fuck, like, where are they? Like, where did they all go? I suddenly have no one. And that could be for whatever number of reasons. It could be in, like, in my case, I could not be in this fucking city for 6 months of the year, and all the friendships fell to the wayside. It could be you had a falling out with someone. You were ostracized from a friend group. You could, you could have been in a coma, like, fuck, I don't know. But you have more friends, or at least more opportunities to make friends than you might think. I know I was just, like, really fucking down, doomy, Debbie Downer doomy doofus. Debbie Downer doomy doofus for the past fucking 13 minutes. But in reality, when you think about, if you think about you in your city and you're like, I have no friends here, I have no one to hang out with, I want to go see the new Zendaya movie, but I don't know a single person that I could go with. Yes, the fuck you do. You do have friends you could go hang out with. You kind of have to, sometimes, like, it literally takes scrolling through your following list, or scrolling through your Snapchat contacts, or scrolling through your phone contacts to remind yourself of the people that you once had such a strong connection with, that you once were good friends with. And just for a second, put aside all of the anxiety and the voices in your head saying, like, okay, but, like, we wouldn't hang out because it would be awkward. We couldn't hang out because we haven't talked in so long. Shut the fuck up. Just text them. I truly believe that we're in, like, a time and a society where most people are dealing with some level of loneliness. Most people are battling some level of loneliness and experiencing some level of loneliness. I just said the same fucking thing 3 times in a row, like, professional podcaster over here. There is probably a 90% chance in any situation, like, this is me being, like, worst case scenario, there's a 90% chance that if you reach out to someone and ask them to hang out, they will be happy to hang out with you. Most people are living the same kind of life as you, hoping, wishing for more social interaction. I think we all became a little bit fucking brain dead during the pandemic and lost a lot of social functions. And I know you might think, oh, the pandemic was fucking 4 years ago. That shit has lasting effects. So most people would welcome a friendly text being like, hey, been thinking about you. Haven't seen you or talked to you in a while, but I'd love to go, and then this is where you get to the next hurdle, the next step. What the fuck do you do with said friend that you haven't talked to in so long for? This is one of the hardest things that I think I kind of try and figure out when making friends. What the fuck do you do with people? Sometimes it's so easy. It's like you have a concert. There's a concert coming up, and it's an artist that you and your friend both like so much, and it's the easiest fucking thing ever. It's like you want to go to this concert, or there's a movie coming out. But other times, there might be nothing going on. There's, like, no stimulus. There's nothing going on, but you still want to hang out with this person. And it's not like you can just invite them over to play Fortnite. I mean, you could. Fucking try it, actually. But, it's not the easiest thing to say, hey, wanna come over? Or, so what are the classic, almost like date-like thing that people will say is, do you want to get a cup of coffee? Which I never fucking liked, because I hate coffee. I don't drink that shit. And I also don't like the vibe of cafes. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't give a fuck. I hate the vibe of cafes so much. for the most part. I think I get scared of motherfuckers just sitting on their laptops. I get scared of the loud noises that the coffee maker, like the milk steamer, makes when you're just like sitting there in a cafe and it's like scares the fuck out of me. And I don't know, there's just something, it also just feels like so like bleh, and I don't know, there's probably fun cafes out there, I'm just being a hater. But finding what to do and proposing the plan is like half the fucking battle. Like truly half the battle is like sending that first text being like, hey, you want to hang up? The second half of the battle is finding what the fuck to do. Now, I think if you're reconnecting with a friend, try and wait until there's like the way I've been trying to fucking operate this for like reconnecting with friends and like people that I want to be friends with. I kind of have been waiting and perusing the city for something that I think could be fun to do. So it's not just like, hey, want to hang out? Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love to hang out. And then they're like, what would you like to do? And you're like, I don't know. Want to go thrifting? Fuck! Like, no! So I kind of have been waiting for fun events, fun concerts, flea markets, like what, like special or kind of things to do. And then like saying, hey, there's this coming up. It's because, you know, sometimes like when I'm like reaching out to people I haven't talked to in a long time, I'm nervous to just like be raw dogging that shit and be like, I just want to hang out with you. I just want to see you. So it's kind of like nice to lessen the load and be like, hey, this looks cool. And also we haven't talked in forever. Want to hang out and do this? I'm going to take a little, I want to take a little, side note and say, I went into Coachella this year wanting to make a lot of friends and wanting to, come out of my shell a lot because I was very much in my shell for the full start of this year. And I didn't do that. I fully, isolated myself a little bit. So round of applause for me for doing that. I find it very hard. I feel like I almost sabotage myself if I go into something thinking I'm going to make so many friends here. I'm gonna meet the love of my life here. It doesn't fucking happen. In fact, the opposite happens. But when I go into something with just a fun vibe, I actually fucking make friends. It's the most annoying thing, but that's kind of how the universe works. When you want something, you won't get it, and when you don't want something, you get it, whether you fucking want it or not. Like when I went to the UK, I met so many cool, fun people in England and made lots of new kind of like friends and mutuals, and I hope to hang out with them again. And I will be hanging out with some of them again at VidCon. And I wasn't even going into that. I mean, like, oh brother, like, who will be a fellow scallywag to chuckle me old bones? What the fuck am I saying? So you sometimes just have to fucking let life give you what it's gonna give you, and if that means solitude for longer than you would like, then that's what it's gonna fucking give you. And then when you least expect it, it'll give you a friend. It'll give you girlfriend. It will give you boyfriend. It will give you them friend. It will give you something when you're least expecting it. It'll give you a cat. It'll give you a dog. It's like the fucking, what do they call it? Like that, like millennial ass like trend. It was like the cat distribution system is working overtime. it's literally like that, but it's like the friend distribution system. I also want to say I'm starting to I feel like I'm like bi-generational. I feel like I have a foot dipped in millennial culture and in Gen Z culture because I was born in 1999, and I think the cutoff for Gen Z is like 1997 or 1998. So I'm like literally an elder fucking Gen Z. But I do feel myself almost like I've been really just enjoying every like fucking stereotypical millennial thing, minus cafes and coffee. Also, random other fucking point, now that this is just like my therapy appointment, I don't know why, but I find it so much easier to talk to older people, like late 20, 30-year-olds, than I do people my own age, and people younger than me. Those motherfuckers scare the fuck out of me. They scare me so much. But I love talking to 30-year-olds. I don't know why, but I can make the motherfuckers crack up. And maybe that's just like a little like narcissistic reason to like them more. That's not the only reason why. I feel like I get along with them more. I feel like older people, like people in their 30s, are like less like jaded. Like like they didn't. Some of them, some of those motherfuckers didn't even grow up with the internet. Like they are just like friendly little butterflies, and they're not like socially stunted like a lot of people my age and younger are. So I don't know. I need to like psychoanalyze. I've always been like that though. Like I love talking to like a grandma. I love talking to like people in their 30s, but fuck, I get so scared when I see like a pack of people on my age. Like, get the fuck away from. I was leaving the gym today. There was like a pack of people, like literally just like my fucking clones, but with tattoos. Like they were just like you're at, like, I don't know, like, and I was so scared of them. I like picked up the pace. I was 2-timing that walk speed. And for what? Like, why are y'all scaring me? We probably could be friends. What the fuck? I don't know what it is. But I feel glad knowing that it's like kind of a universal experience. Like I always see like tweets and shit being like, what is it that's so terrifying about seeing people my age? And you know what? I don't got the fucking answer for you. But I wanted to, make this to let you know that you're not alone, that this is a universal problem that probably most of the world is experiencing. And, some countries more than others. Like, I think it's like South Korea, a lot of like Asian countries have extreme loneliness. Oh my fucking god, loneliness epidemics. Oh my god! It's hard for everyone, bro. It's hard for everyone out here. And I hope that, like me share my fucking issues can make you all feel more loved and welcome and know that you're not alone, because you're not. Okay. Let's get into this week's drama. This one's fucking crazy. If you'd like to submit your drama to this podcast, please comment it down below on the YouTube video version of this podcast. Please, just a sentence or two. I will start the timer for your therapy session if it's fucking longer. This comes from @KXNelia. Buckle up, y'all. Drama. It feels weird even calling this drama because this is literally a fucking crime, but drama. Okay, this is going to be a bit longer than one sentence. There's this girl at my school that's 11 and has a 19-year-old boyfriend. Me and my friend told our school and then went to the police because they had met up, and you know what? The police can do nothing because they need to receive a complaint about the guy. She recently found out that she might be pregnant. Welcome to Scotland. What the fuck do you mean, welcome to Scotland? I don't think that's a Scotland thing. I think that's like just, like, that's just a psychopath thing. What the fuck is with the dramas that y'all are submitting just getting perpetually more insane? Like the way someone just like talked about someone straight up like getting murdered at their school. Holy fuck, that's so scary. What the fuck do I even say to that? I actually kind of experienced this. I was not the 11-year-old or the 19-year-old to preface that. I had a friend that was like fully getting groomed in high school. Like we were in grade 10 and she was dating this guy that was like, I literally think he was like 27, and we would be like, get out of there, like what ah. But when you're getting groomed, you're probably getting manipulated. You're getting manipulated. You're getting abused. And you're probably getting your reality shifted to like think that like nothing horrible is happening. So I seriously feel for this person. Like, Jesus Christ, that is, and like the fact that she's pregnant. She's I mean, good on you for going to the school and then going to the police. I'm so sorry that the police are fucking terrible and can't do anything without a complaint. Jesus Christ. I hope, like, you know, maybe like you can go to her parents and they can get her to file a complaint, but holy fuck, that's like maybe one of the grossest things I've heard in a very long time. And if you are getting groomed, take a step back. If you are in high school and you are dating someone that is years out of high school, run. So with that being said, thank you for submitting that. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to go cleanse my eyes, my ears, and my soul. And I hope you all feel good this week. I hope you feel better. Just felt the biggest hiccup of my life. Embrace the beauty in life. Go see some nature. Don't start taking Zins. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but I see everyone starting to take them for no reason. When will you bitches learn? Why are we just inventing new nicotine experiences and then just like getting addicted for the rest of our lives? Let's not do that. Let's not put the Zin between our lip and our tooth, okay? And I love you very much, truly, and I will see you later. Bye, my sweet mamas. Bye-bye.